I started with a base of my foundation mixed with a little bit of white to lighten the color, and then blended that out. With a bright red eyeshadow, I started winging out the shape of my eyes, focusing on my left, but also applying a bit to the right eye just so it would have a faint tinge later on. I then took a black shadow and created the same shape, applying it close to the lash line and then blending it upwards. I used a light gray shadow to start mapping out the skull contours. The gray is a lot more forgiving than jumping in with a black and let me determine where I wanted everything to be placed. Once happy with the outline, I went in with darker grays to start shadowing areas of the skull. For my eye area, I didn't want to just have a black circle, so I tried to build up different shapes with varying levels of darkness to give the idea of recessed bone structures within it. Building up the gray shadows from light to dark was especially helpful in areas that were meant to fade out on the edges. Blending the gray into my skin tone first made a much easier base for the black later on. For larger areas, I used a stiffer contour brush to blend out the shadows. This helps cover more area, but also makes the blend a lot softer and natural looking. Once you start going in with the black, focus it to the areas you want to appear deepest. I started with the eye since it would be the most recessed, and then for areas on the cheek, you can use leftover black on the brush to darken those areas without completely being opaque. I used a gel liner to fill in my waterlines and deepen the cat eye shape on my left eye. For the mouth, I quickly laid down a red base on my lips and then used Black Dahlia lip tar to fill them in fully. For the tears, I used Fleet Street Fresh Drying Blood and simply let it drip down my cheeks. I made sure to keep the blood a little away from my eyes, but if you're someone with sensitive eyes, you could always use a water-activated face paint instead, as they're much gentler. Then to fill in that space I left, I just went over with some black eyeshadow and a little bit of the lip tar. The last thing I did was throw in a pair of red contacts and throw on a black wig, and that was it.